The film opens up with Lena, the protagonist, who is a successful obstetrician-gynecologist. She walks on a peaceful beach, unaware of the turbulence her life is about to face. She seems to have it all: a respected career, grateful patients, and a loving husband, Sergei, who works as an actor in a drama theater. However, hidden beneath the surface, tension begins to brew in their seemingly perfect relationship. One evening, Sergei comes home and vents about his director's attitude. Lena listens attentively and offers comfort. To lift his spirits, she suggests getting intimate, but Sergei, exhausted from work, politely declines and chooses to rest instead. He left his phone, so she check it. Upon checking, she notices a message from Katya, her co-worker. Suspicious, Lena assumed that her husband was cheating on her. The next morning, Lena offers to drive Sergei to work, but he insists on going alone. As Lena watches from the window, she sees Sergei being picked up by someone else, further fueling her suspicions of his infidelity. The scene then shifts to Lena's workplace, where she is examining her patient, Nikki, providing her usual advice and suggestions for her pregnancy. Despite being occupied with work, Lena's thoughts continue to revolve around Sergei and her growing doubts. Instead of going straight home after work, she decides to stop at a bar alone to find some solace and relieve her stress. Feeling a mix of frustration and hurt, Lena steps outside for a moment to call Sergei. In an effort to test his reaction, she lies and tells him that she will be working late and won't be home for a while. Surprisingly, Sergei believes her without questioning further. This confirmation reinforces Lena's belief that Sergei doesn't truly care for her. With a heavy heart, she decides to go back inside and continue enjoying herself, seeking solace in the moment. At the bar, Lena encounters a young man, and they decide to take a walk on the beach while engaging in conversation. As they talk, the man suggests going to a hotel to spend the night together. Feeling a sense of loneliness, Lena agrees, seeking solace by sharing an intimate encounter with him. Despite their encounter, Lena remains unsatisfied as the man fails to fulfill her desires, causing her thoughts to continue revolving around Sergei's alleged affair. The following morning, Lena returns home to find Sergei still asleep. In an attempt to reconnect, she initiates sexual contact, but he declines, leaving her feeling rejected. Disheartened, Lena retreats to the bathroom to freshen up. Later that evening, Lena attends a theater performance where she sees Sergei acting alongside Katya in a romantic scene. Witnessing their on-stage chemistry, jealousy consumes Lena, leading her to believe that Sergei and Katya are involved in a relationship. After the performance concludes, Lena and Sergei engage in a conversation when Katya approaches them. Lena kindly offers Katya a ride, so the three heads to the car, making him to feel uneasy. Little does he know, Lena's true intention is to discover where Katya lives. As they drive, Sergei provides Lena with directions to Katya's house, unknowingly adding fuel to Lena's growing suspicions about their relationship. The next day, Lena, who was suspicious of Sergei and Katya's relationship, followed them. And because Lena was seriously paying attention to them, she immediately crashed into the car in front of her. Lena then took her car to the repair shop and leave it for several days. When she walked out to garage, a man from the car approached her and asked if she wants to get intimate with him. With no hesitation, she agrees. They start getting steamy inside the car. They then leads them to the beach where they are caught by the police. The lucky man runs, leaving Lena behind. Well, looks like we've got a real-life Houdini here. The officer questions Lena. I hope Lena has a good explanation for the officer's questions. The next day, while Lena is preparing for her work, Sergei approaches her. He suggests going on a vacation together next week, but sensing Lena's hesitation, they get into a brief argument. However, Sergei quickly apologizes, bringing the argument to a swift end. In a surprising turn of events, Nikki visits Lena's workplace for a pregnancy consultation, only for Lena to discover that Nikki's husband, Vadim, is the same man she had an encounter with just a few days ago. It's a small world indeed. In Lena's room, he approaches her and offers an apology for leaving her when the police arrived. However, after apologizing, he persistently asks Lena for another encounter. She asks him to leave, but he becomes aggressive and starts harassing her. Not one to back down, Lena fights back, forcing him to leave. Lena is deeply disturbed by the encounter. After work the following day, Lena and her friend Ivan, who is also her boss, decide to investigate what Sergei is up to at Katya's house. On the way, Lena calls Sergei and questions him about his activities at Katya's place. Sergei explains that he is assisting Katya in moving a cupboard with another friend. Doubtful of Sergei's explanation, Lena resolves to continue to Katya's house. Upon arrival, she observes Sergei indeed helping to lift a cupboard with a friend. Seeing nothing suspicious about Sergei's actions, Lena asks Ivan to drive away. Later in the evening, Lena and Ivan discuss the issues she's been dealing with. Ivan advises her not to be overly suspicious of Sergei, reminding her that challenges often arise in relationships, and it's important for Lena to trust Sergei. A few days later, Lena and Sergei go on a beach holiday. While driving, Lena receives an explicit message from Houdini, but she quickly turns off her phone before Sergei sees it. Once they arrive at the beach, Lena attempts to have a conversation with Sergei about their marriage. During their conversation, Sergei admits that he has noticed Lena's waning attraction towards him. In response, Lena acknowledges that she has also sensed a similar shift in Sergei's feelings. In a moment of vulnerability, Lena musters the courage to ask Sergei if he is having an affair. But Sergei denies any involvement. Lena then brings up the incident with the car she saw from their window a few weeks ago, and Sergei explains that it was just a friend offering him a ride to the theater. When Lena inquires about Katya, Sergei assures her that their text messages are purely professional. Sergei assures Lena that he would have added a passcode to his phone if something was going on, but he didn't, because he hides nothing. Realizing her mistake, Lena becomes emotional and cries. Sergei comforts her with a hug, and they reconcile. The following day, Lena receives a letter from the court regarding her involvement with Nikki's husband, Houdini. When Sergei asks about the letter, Lena lies and tells him it's from the traffic police, regarding a ticket. Despite this, Houdini continues to contact Lena, sending messages and pleading to see her. Lena chooses not to respond and instead blocks him. One day, while Lena is showering, Sergei walks into the bathroom. He asked Lena by showing her a lingerie piece that he had never seen before. Lena informs him that she bought it the previous day. Sergei then requests Lena to wear the lingerie, and they engage in an intimate encounter in the bathroom. The next day, Lena's face is filled with joy after a delightful time with Sergei. However, her happiness is short-lived when she arrives at the clinic and receives distressing news. Nikki, one of her patients, has cancelled her appointment and is now seeking a different doctor. Nikki has discovered her husband's affair with Lena by reading the messages his husband sent to her. This revelation has left Nikki deeply hurt and betrayed, especially since Lena is her own doctor. In a fit of fury, Nikki slaps Lena and threatens to expose their affair on the internet. She also vows to ruin Lena's reputation as a doctor. Overwhelmed with emotions, Lena leaves her office in tears. Upon returning home, Lena discovers that Sergei is already intoxicated. It becomes evident that Sergei has learned about Lena's affair and is deeply upset. Despite Lena's attempts to explain the situation, Sergei refuses to listen, convinced that her explanations won't change anything as mistakes cannot be undone. In his anger, Sergei throws Lena out of the house, leaving her with no choice but to spend the night at the clinic. The following day, Lena finds herself feeling like her life and career are crumbling, leading her to make the difficult decision to resign from her job. She approaches Ivan to sign her resignation, but just as she does, Sergei unexpectedly appears and requests a private conversation with Lena. In a heartfelt moment, Sergei embraces Lena, and both of them are overcome with tears. It appears that Sergei has found it in his heart to forgive Lena. On their journey to a new life, Sergei asks Lena if she still misses her lover. Confused, Lena thought they had made up, but Sergei can't seem to move on. Oops! Relationship roadblocks ahead. In the film's final scene, Lena is seen boarding a train on her way to work. And so, the movie ends, leaving us in suspense about Lena and Sergei's relationship status. Are they still together or did they decide to part ways? The answer remains a tantalizing mystery. Drop a comment and let us know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.
For more videos like this, please subscribe, turn on notifications and leave a comment or like. It really helps the channel. Thank you for watching.